Hey people, you've often heard me, especially over the last 12 months, talk about that what is going on around us has nothing to do with any illness, but all about control, facial recognition, tracking, tracing, 5G, you name it. It's all linked, okay? Thank you to the person that actually sent me the link to this video. Just listen. This is only a part of it. As you can see, I've already sort of listened to a bit of it, but this part here is the part that you most likely will find interesting. I haven't listened to it all, okay? As you can see here, I've only gotten to there. Well, actually, I got a little further than that, but I thought I would just let you know. And this was 2018. This was posted in 2018, so obviously, you know, we're a couple of years beyond that. But just listen to this.
Is what the subject's brain is doing. But after that, if you look at that as a scientific development in medicine, you can quickly see the possibilities that emerge, right? They're playing with motor function and linking it to thought. So the next step, really, when you think about it, was to simultaneously try it with another non-human animal and find out if she could run a robot on the other side of the planet. And the essence of this experiment is, at first she had to walk on the treadmill to keep the robot walking that she could observe on the computer screen, and then she just stopped walking and it would run the robot in Japan. So you can have a brain here in the United States plugged in, running a robotic device, a mechanical device, via the internet somewhere else in the world.
It gets better.
So that was pretty cool. It also has some fun implications that you see now. Where do you imagine this going when you think of it as an offensive or defensive opportunity with respect to the intelligence community? The natural segue then would be, if I can send motor function from a brain to a mechanical arm, is it possible to send motor functions from one human to another human? So I call it the possession experiment. Oh, it's on that one, yeah. Just to hover the, there you go, right there.
For our weekly tech report. Now, do you know the phrase brain power? Well, it turns out that scientists at the University of Washington are trying to hone that power and transmit it to another brain. Researchers call it direct brain-to-brain communication, and they do it by passing a signal from one mind to the next, using the internet nonetheless.
Did you hear that? Did you hear that? And people are worried about whether they should mask up and whether somebody else should put a mask on.
So does it sound a little sci-fi, Star Trek mind meld, Jedi mind trick Inception-esque to you? Well, it did to me too. So I brought one of the researchers onto the show to tell me how it works. Dr. Andrea Stocco is an assistant research professor at the University of Washington, and he told me why this concept is not as weird as it sounds.
It's not so science fiction. We use currently existing technologies to read the brain patterns in a person and to transmit them to a different person. And we can only do it with very simple.
Look at this diagram. Oh, I gotta go out in the garden, because when I get caught up in watching this shit, I just get angry and it ruins my motherfucking day. The person, the fucking internet, what is this thing down here? Is this, oh, that's your internet? Recording, and then it gets palmed off to somebody else. So let's take it one step further. Let's say that we haven't fully been told yet whatever. Like I said, this was posted 2018. That you don't need a cap on your head. Might it be that why we are all, why they need us all to be jabbed? And I've said before, people, in medication, how often do you crack open your medication to have a look what's in there? We don't know what we've swallowed. We really fucking don't, you know. They've been playing around with this for a lot of years. But let's just say that they have already implanted something, be it through jabs, be it through medication, whatever, into your brain or into your system. And obviously the new smartphones that come out, the new new computers that come out, whatever, if they have something inbuilt in them to either read your brain or send you via frequency messages that come from different places. Are you seeing what I'm trying to say here? It might sound far-fetched, but I don't put nothing past these fuckers. Nothing past them. That's why they need all these millions and billions of dollars, because it's all experimentation, and we are the guinea pigs. Sure, technology can be used for good, but the odds of it being used more for good than bad? Don't think so. When it comes to control, they will use whatever to control the masses. And if you're wondering, would it be possible, or how would that be possible? Well, here you go. They've been pushing 5G like there's no tomorrow, even though they know that the frequency is fucked up. There is information out there, there is documentation out there saying that it's no good for people's health. Basically what they're doing, and the www comes into it, it's a world wide web. They want to hook everything up to everything, including you. Hook you to your laptop, hook you to your computer, hook you to your fucking screen, hook you to your mobile. All of that gets, obviously, is hooked up back to the towers, the 5G towers. And then somebody sitting somewhere can send out a daily message, or whatever the case. You know, everybody stripped butt naked, get out on the street and start fucking doing the shimmy. I'm trying very hard to put a little humor into this. Let's listen further.
Impulses right now, like muscle command, to control the hand, for instance. So it's not that science fiction. It was definitely possible years ago. It's just that we were the first to try it.
Sure. So can you go into a little bit more detail about how specifically it works, or what you need from the person, and also what you need from wireless internet to make it come together?
Yes. It works more or less like this. A person is sitting on a chair, and we call this person the first brain or the sender, and is connected to an EEG cap. The EEG cap detects electrical activity all around the brain and is capable of recognizing when the brain patterns are those that a person produces when he's trying to move the right hand or is thinking about moving the right hand. These brain patterns are interpreted by a computer who then controls a second computer which is connected over the internet, and the second computer controls a stimulating coil that produces a magnetic field, and it's the magnetic field that is eventually directed over the head in such a way as to reproduce a particular command.
All via frequency, you know? This is connected to that, that's connected to that.
selected part of the brain. In this case, the part of the brain that controls the right hand. The wireless connection enters only in the communication between the two computers. The two computers can be in the same room and connected physically, or they can be in any part of the world and talking to each other through the internet.
So you can watch the video, but essentially what's happening is when one person is playing the video game, they're not using their hands. They're simply looking at targets. What's going on in the other room is a transcranial magnetic stimulation device that creates a magnetic field that excites neurons. And it's the other man's hand that begins to move and hits the targets. So you've co-opted the portion of a body of another human, and then their hand can behave in the way that you want it to do.
I'm not going to continue playing this. I will leave a link in the description if you want to come across and watch the rest of it. I think I might leave watching it until later this afternoon. I think I'm going to go head for the garden. Out of those two options, I think the latter is way better. But anyway, people, have yourself a good day, good night, good evening, wherever you are, and catch you on the next one.